Hello, Risen Demon Gaming here, and today we're going to be talking about relationship advice. But more specifically, we're going to be talking about how we get to know the person that we're interested in. Now, this is important because if we don't know anything about them, then we're not going to have that much to talk about. Now, there's many ways to get to know a person. That excludes Facebook stalking, because if you walk up to a person knowing everything about them before they tell you, then that's going to be a little bit awkward. First, for those of you who are very bold, or maybe already in some sort of relationship with a person, dates are a very good way to get to know a person. On a date, depending on the activity, you can learn a lot about a person just by the activities. Such as if you went to dinner, you can see what they like to eat or what they like to drink without looking crazy, like, oh, I see that you like the pasta. I mean, no, you can be like, oh, they ordered the pasta, so I think they might like pasta. Now, you know what? You can invite them over for dinner one day, cook them pasta. However, it gives you also a lot of one-on-one time to talk to this person as well. And this is a way to really get to know them, because when you're talking to them one-on-one, you don't have to worry about really any interruptions aside from, what the people around you. But, like I said before, you're one-on-one, so you have a lot of time. And you'll learn a lot about them this way. I mean, you'll learn about what they like, what they don't like. And many people may not realize this, but just because you're on a date does not mean that you're boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, the term going steady used to be a very common phrase, but now it's kind of died down a bit. But that's essentially when you put titles on each other, that you consider each other to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, this isn't practiced nowadays, but I'd like to see its return, because I think that going on a date with someone to get to know them is a very good, first impression. You're actually learning about this person rather than, oh, look, we're dating, but I don't know what the first thing about this person. I just think they're attractive. The second approach is to insert yourself into a current conversation if you are in the vicinity and you have at least somewhat knowledge of what they're talking about. Now, to put this more simply, though, because I know I kind of said it with some weirder words, but if you overhear a conversation and it's something that you're fairly interested in, and you're not that far away from them, then just add a little something to that conversation, and see if they'll let you be included, because if they start talking back to you, you know what, you can continue it, but if they kind of look at you weird, that's a good sign to get out. And like I said before, make sure that you're fairly close, because you don't want to be like, across the room and just like entering the conversation randomly from across the hall or something, because that would look a little awkward, because that's a bit more forward. I mean, it could work, but we're going to stay a little bit more, oh yeah, I casually overheard you, rather than I was listening to what you guys were talking about. I know this may be a bit awkward for some of you, because, I mean, a lot of us are probably awkward considering we're looking at the internet for some dating advice, right? But you're going to have to get a little bit more social and a little bit better at this. And, I mean, this isn't only a way to, find out more about your crush or get to know someone that you want a relationship with. It's also really good for just making friends in general. I mean, back in high school, I wasn't that social, so I didn't really use this tactic. But in college, I talked to a lot of people, not really romantically interested in most of the people I talked to this way. I'm just doing this because I am fairly interested in getting to know all these people, because it's always helpful to have more friends, and it's always great to talk to people at school. And you know what, just have a wider variety of friends, that way you have multiple people to hang out with, and maybe even learn enough to find more interest in this person than you would originally have thought. Now, our third approach is a bit like our second one, where it's an awkward approach, but it only really works if you work with this person or they're in the same class as you. And by that, little hints of what we're talking about, I think you know what we're talking about, because this is, of course, asking if they understand a subject and then either helping them or having them help you. Now, if you don't really understand the subject and they don't either, find someone else to really help you with it, because if they don't know it as well, or you don't know it, don't lie to them saying you do know it, because that's just going to get you guys both in trouble. And so essentially how this one works is, of course, you're either getting help or you're helping them understand something, but then you're going to bring up some off-topic conversation pieces just to learn a little bit more about them, and it kind of created a little bit of a break from just talking about work or class, because Honestly, no one wants to talk about work or class for the entire time of talking unless they're a stickler for whatever they're doing. But anyways, I mean, this is really good to just get to know a person, and also it can be helpful for that person too, because if they genuinely didn't understand what was going on, I mean, now they do. And that helps them in work and helps you start a little bit of a relationship with this person. Maybe not romantically at first, but it could always lead to that, or just another really good friend. There's nothing wrong with that either. Uh, but yeah, this is just a really good way to get to know this person and for them to get to know you. Now, all this advice is really helpful when pursuing a romantic relationship, but can also be helpful for just making friends, as I explained earlier. Now, this was Newman Gaming. Like and subscribe for more content, and I hope to see you guys next time. And also, leave in the comments what you guys think of this. I mean, I want to give you guys some advice on just things in general. If you have any topics you want me to cover, I'm more than happy to do it. And I just want to start, communicating with my community and learning exactly what you guys want to learn about. Anyways, like I said before, guys, Risen Gaming, have a great day. Like and subscribe for more content.